evening, everybody. Welcome to Kitsap Quiz Night. How's everybody doing tonight? There's a lot of energy in this room. Yeah? Yeah, are we ready to go? Hey, I want to give a big shout out tonight to a man who's very unassuming, who does a lot of work for Quiz Night, has for years and years. He's sitting at the sound booth. His name is Mark. Can everybody say, "You rock, Mark"? Yes. Yeah, Mark. Let's go, Mark. Thank you for all that you do, sir. We're very happy to have you. Hey, we have another edition of the Kitsap Smokestack's Local Legends podcast, and I'm super happy because tonight we get to talk with the one and the only Sunny Saunders. Welcome, Sunny. Nice to be here. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. You may not know Sunny Saunders, but I promise you that you know something that she does in the community that is extraordinary. And it is happening next Saturday, June 29th, and it's happened 5 times before, and this will be the 6th. Can anybody tell me what I'm talking about? That's right. Yeah. This is the woman behind the Bremerton Bridge Blast. We are going to have a great time talking with her. Yes. It's one of the most extraordinary events that happens in Bremerton, if not the most extraordinary. I'm so glad that we get to have a chat up here.
I know. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being willing to be on Smokestack's Local Legends. I know that you're a Bremerton native. I know you grew up here.
I did.
Tell me about what you like about Kitsap County and tell me a little about what it was like being raised here.
Well, born and raised here, 3rd generation Bremerton. And I've traveled all over the country, and I still believe this is the most beautiful place in the country.
Yeah.
And this community is so amazing to be in. And I just love being in Bremerton. I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Awesome. Tell me, you are an event promoter. Your company is Sunny Jack Promotions.
Sunny Jack Events.
Thank you. Sunny Jack Events.
Problem.
And you've recently, I noticed yesterday when I was coming back from Seattle, you have office space now down by the ferry terminal. Is that right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So you put on an event, you literally walk out your door.
I walk outside. I just open the door. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think about the Blackberry Festival. I think about the fair that you've been involved in for many years. I think about, of course, the Bremerton Bridge Blast, the Taste of Kitsap as well, and then the Bremerton Night Market.
Yes.
So many things that you do in our community, put these wonderful events on. How did it all start? What was the sort of the impetus for doing big events like that?
So I started volunteering at Whaling Days, and then there's the Whaling Days co-president right there, and
Vicki Webb,
and I became the entertainment director for many years, and then a nice club of Sir Optimists came to me and said, "Can you put on a craft fair?" And I said, "I can do that. I can put on a craft fair."
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it began. So I worked my way through Whaling Days, helping as much as I could, and then I started doing other events, and then an opportunity came, and I started running the whole Kitsap Fair and Rodeo for 7 years. So it just was a progressive journey.
That's awesome. What's the hardest thing about taking something from nothing and making it explode, making it a big thing? What's the hardest thing? What's the challenge that you face?
I think, gosh, that's a great question. Just getting it off the ground, getting the buy-in from the community, right? That everyone says, yes, I want this. I want to see this happen. What can we do to support you? And I think that's the hardest part, but that's the most important part, is talking to everybody out there. And like the Bremerton Farmers Market, Bremerton Night Market, that's what I did, right? I went and talked to everybody and said, do you want a night market? What would it look like to you? What do you see it being?
Yeah.
And then implementing that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about Bremerton Bridge Blast, of course. I can remember clear as day that first time that I was watching, and it was just so mind-blowing to see a fireworks spread across a bridge, first of all. So there was that, and then the waterfall happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, the rest is kind of history at this point. But there was a developer that put up some money to get that first bridge blast put in place. But from then on, it's taken pretty Herculean effort to bring together not only sponsors, support. Everybody goes to it, but how much skin in the game do we all put to actually make it go? And this is going to be your 6th Bridge Blast. It's going to be the community's 6th Bridge Blast.
Yeah.
Talk about just the behind the scenes. How long before something like the Bridge Blast gets going do you have to prepare? And just a little bit of the preparation.
So that first Bridge Blast, Jonathan Miller came to me and said, "What do you think of this idea?" And I said, "Hell yeah, right? This is super cool. Let's do this."
Yeah.
And so we did that first one in 60 days of planning, maybe 90. I don't think it was that long. Yeah. And since then, now it takes about 7 months to plan Bridge Blast. Because we've grown so much. We've gone from 10 vendors to 90, right? We've gone from one stage to multiple locations with multiple entertainment options. And the fireworks continue and get better every year. And so it just is a heavy load to lift.
It is, yeah.
But I'm happy to do it.
I know that it's changed. We had an air show one year.
Yeah.
This year, I'm really excited about something that's happening at Evergreen Park.
Yes.
Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, we're having a dog agility show.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, J.D. Platt and the Canine Kings are coming in, and they use all rescue dogs, and they'll do 3 shows that day, 3, 5, and 7. So, it's a lot of me bringing experience from things I've done all over the country and finally being able to showcase them in Bremerton. And I'm so excited to call my friends on the phone and say, "Can you come to Bremerton and do this?"
Yes.
And they're very happy to come.
Oh, my God, that's amazing. And so one thing that I think it's really worth noting for all of you out there and those of you who are watching us on YouTube or kitsapsmokestack.org, wherever you're finding this, I want you to know there is nothing certain about Bridge Blast. It is literally the efforts of this woman and a big coalition of the willing that supports it. I'm going to reveal the figure.
Okay.
$93,000. Did you all hear that out there? It costs $93,000. This may be a trivia question, by the way, later, so better be listening. It costs $93,000 to put on the Bridge Blast each and every year. Now, there is, I think, a misconception in the community among some that while the city supports Bridge Blast in so many ways,
absolutely,
they are not putting it on.
They do not.
You are.
Yes.
And you have one hell of a pyrotechnics expert.
Yes.
In John Miller.
I do.
And Halo.
And Halo, yes.
But talk about that. What is it like every year to try to continue to bring this together, and how can we communicate to our community that it's more precarious year to year than you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're having a Bridge Blast until probably February or March every year.
Wow.
I submit for funding, I ask for sponsorship, I reach out in the community, but I cannot tell you 100% if we're going to have it next year, because it all depends on the support that we receive. It's an expensive event to put on. And that support that we receive in various ways through grants or sponsorship or donation is what makes it happen. And I can't tell you sitting here today that there will be a 2025 Bridge Blast. I don't know. Wow. I'm hoping. I'm planning for the future. I'm planning for longevity for this event. But I can't be 100% certain.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I think that also speaks to that this is not like a money-making endeavor for you. This is something that you're doing out of the passion of you believe in it for the community. Yeah. And the community loves it so much. People are standing on the Warren Avenue Bridge. They're packing Evergreen Rotary Park. Yeah. They're up and down Wheaton Way on every side. The Turner Joy. I mean, it literally all encompasses our community here in Bremerton around the Port Washington Narrows.
So, I think about 30,000 people view that show.
Wow.
Yeah, in one way or another.
30,000. And
Yeah.
there's one other figure that I want to touch on because I think it is so important to this. It's not just that it's 30,000 people showing up, but what about the economic benefit to our area?
Yeah, so the event costs so much money, but at that event, we are showcasing 70 or 80 small businesses. And people are spending money in those small businesses. And there are restaurants and hotels that are impacted by this event, and the ferries and the tourism. So when you add all that up in our community, it's about $500,000 at least that this community sees from that one event.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So supporting it is important. How can people support it?
They can go to bremertonbridgeblast.com.
Okay.
Yep, and they can get a VIP ticket to have the best seat in the house. They can donate. They can find out how to sponsor. There's lots of opportunities.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to, and what can people from the community look forward to that maybe goes beyond just that fireworks show that we get around 10:15 or so, I believe?
Right.
What else is going on the entire weekend?
Yeah, so we have 2 days on the boardwalk with a beer garden and local live entertainment, great entertainment, and 80 vendors and food trucks and food booths on the boardwalk. And then on Saturday at Evergreen Park, we offer about 10 different food vendors, a dog show,
Yep.
a balloon artist, a bass painter, a crank organ, just like tons of family fun, free family fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Any other parting words that you'd like to leave us with about doing this? You got a bunch of other things later this year too.
I do. I have a bunch of other stuff coming down the line. I've got Taste of Kitsap coming August 2nd and 3rd. And we've got Blackberry Festival, Labor Day weekend.
Of course.
And the new Bremerton Night Market, which is city-sponsored. So I'm very grateful that the city supports all of my events. And they support impacting and activating the Bremerton Boardwalk. So it's going to be a fun, full summer.
Absolutely.
With tons of free stuff to do.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being nothing short of a Kitsap Smokestack local legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Sunny Saunders.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a few minutes for Kitsap Quiz Night. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.